Welcome to Confused Reviews, where Cartoon Drawing reviews movies. And don't you love it when a film sets up a plot for the next film, and when the next movie actually comes around, they don't do a goddamn thing with it? And one of the prime examples for this is none other than Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Now, Part 4 was released in the late 80s, the time where the big slasher series were on the decline, but Moustapha Akkad already had the 5th installment's plot ready for a 1989 release. After the ending of The Return of Michael Myers set up Jamie Lloyd to be the next killer, and that she would be evil just like little Mikey was, it was set up that she would be chased by Michael throughout the film, but the draft was then rejected by Akkad, because that's his motto: create original ideas and then reject them to do the same shit over and over again. And then Donald Pleasence, being the badass pimp he was, fought with Akkad, saying Jamie should have been all evil, cause you know, that's what you fucking established in the last movie. And to add another layer of trash to this garbage pile, in May of 1989, production began without a solid script. Cause that's the way you make a great movie. Half-ass your way through it, hoping it'll all work out. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's jump right into the movie and see if it was good or... I'm sorry. I cannot even try to be optimistic with this one, guys. Just roll the movie. So the film begins with the title screen. Hold on, I think you're missing something. Ah, that's better. It's really odd how the posters, trailers, and even the DVD displays the subtitle, but in the actual film, it's nowhere to be found. And the credits keep getting interrupted by these quick cuts to someone carving a pumpkin. Geez, with all these scene cutting, you'd think you were watching Halloween 6. We then get a recap of Part 4, showing us Jamie Lloyd, played by Danielle Harris, Rachel, played by Ellie Cornell, and Sheriff Ben Meeker, played by Bo Starr. I figured I'd get a few of the returning characters out of the way now. Anyways, we get a new clip of Myers crawling away, just as the police throw dynamite down into the mine. Yeah, little known fact, generic small-town cops carry dynamite with them, right next to their nightstick and chart of skin tones to see if it's okay for you to be beaten or not. The mine blows up, and the explosion was so catastrophic, it caused Michael's mask to change in the span of 30 seconds. He escapes the Hobbit barrel ride and finds an old man living in the hills, played by Harper Roseman, who he tries to choke out, only to pass out. Because who doesn't feel dizzy after going on Disney's Typhoon Lagoon? But this plot device is really funny if you think about it, because it took Michael a Rambo movie worth of bullets, both of his eyes shot out, blown up and burned to keep him down. But at the end of the last movie, and technically the beginning of this one, all it takes is some bullets and some cold water. Good to know, movie. Good to know. We then cut to a year later and see Jamie Lloyd is not doing so hot. Killing her foster mom with a pair of scissors kinda fucked her up. Turns out Michael made her do it, and not of her own evilness or whatever. Good to know one of the best horror finales of all time was just some dead-end bullshit.
Do you want me to call your mom?
Her mom is dead, you fucking asshole. Jamie starts twitching her hand, which causes Michael to suddenly wake up, showing off a nifty tattoo. Don't worry, Mike, we've all gotten drunken tattoos we'd regret years later. Nowhere near as stupid and anger-provoking as yours, but close. She then starts playing a very intense game of charades when Michael equips his mask, and oh my god. Okay, time to gripe about his mask some more. This mask looks awful. I might even go as far to say it's the worst of the entire franchise. And just like last time, they used the original film's mask on the poster. And even worse, they just cropped the same fucking picture from the fourth film's poster. Seriously, they just blacked out half of it and slapped Jamie onto it. And I thought parts of Part 4 were lazy. The next day, Dr. Loomis, played for a fourth time now by Donald Pleasence, finds Jamie and Rachel making weird faces to each other when we're introduced to the worst character ever. Tina, played by Wendy Kaplan, and... Hey! Open up! I want to die. She makes more retarded sounds when Loomis pops in to sway me away from jumping off a highway overpass, and Jamie receives some classic brick mail. Rachel returns home to take the classic midday dance shower, and we also see that Jamie is terrified of Sharpie markers. She then makes a Picasso-level painting as Loomis gives Rachel a call, and it basically goes down like this.
You dead yet?
Not yet, give it a minute.
Sounds good, talk to you later.
And in a surprising move, she escapes the house and calls the cops, and there are some weird sound design choices. Oh, and the two cops end each other's sentences like the couple from The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
Rescue cats.
Find dogs.
That's a job.
And we love it.
Everything had changed.
And there he was, leaves and all.
Didn't matter where he came from.
He was ours.
Yeah, we were his.
We were a family.
Rachel then starts getting dressed, and she is stabbed with a pair of scissors. Don't worry, guys, it's probably like the ending of Part 4. All a fake-out. Oh. Really? fuck. Okay, scratch that. Turns out one of the more developed, likable characters of the series has been killed off with one stab. Now we're stuck with these two bimbos, a mute girl, and a Fonzie ripoff. Yippee. Jamie starts having a seizure, and then we're subjected to what feels like an hour's worth of Tina, slowly checking the house. She gives up on the search quickly, however, and decides to lay down. I know how you feel. It's only been 24 minutes of this movie, and I already feel like I need a nap. She's then ding-dong ditched by Samantha, played by Tamara Glynn, and the two quickly leave. Oh, and Michael's watching the two leave, and being the master of hide-and-seek he is, moves away just in time to avoid being seen by Tina. The two have some riveting banter when Tina is picked up by her 40-year-old high school boyfriend, played by Jonathan Chapin, who just so happens to also be named Michael. Really getting creative with the character names, guys. Back with Jamie, she's being chased by Michael in this really poorly shot scene. She finds a good hiding spot and is jump scared by the janitor, conveniently wearing the same thing as Michael. Oh, right, they did that so there could be a cheap fake out. I forgot. Loomis then angrily interrogates Jamie and informs her that Michael dug up a 9-year-old child's coffin, obviously to bury the dog that he killed, because that's the most important corpse of the movie. We then get a random scene of a man in all black getting off the bus. Glad to know V is getting a cameo in this movie. Loomis then heads over to the obviously not Michael Myers' house and tries to find the mute bastard. He also slowly searches the house and opens a vent to find a stuffed possum inside. How cute. We then cut over to Tony from 13 Reasons Why wiping down his car. He then screeches away, and Michael, being the safe driving advocator he is, sees the whole thing. He then scratches the car, and Greaser Michael tries to retaliate.
Trick or treat!
Motherfucker! Oh, and he gets killed because Michael realized that the greaser fad died after the 50s. Jamie gets into her costume for the pageant, and we see Neo here spying on Tina. Michael arrives in Michael's car to pick up Tina. I hope you're following me. And Michael toys with Tina until finally gets into Michael's car and he sees Michael wearing a troll mask instead of the Michael Myers one. Got it? Good, we're moving on. He speeds off and Jamie passes out. Probably from all the roofies Loomis must have slipped in her drink from the previous scene. Anyways, Michael is sick of wearing a good-looking mask and decides putting on this shitty thing is scarier. It's not. Anyways, the cops take Tina back to Jamie's house and Michael escapes. Oh, and Jamie finally starts talking.
Today, Junior?
Oh, and because Tina's going for the most annoying character in a Halloween movie award, she pushes away Loomis and just leaves.
I'm never sensible if I can help it.
God, can she just die already? Oh, and because not enough people need to be found already, Jamie leaves the house and meets up with Billy Hill, played by Jeffrey Landman, and they plan on heading over to the same party Tina went over to. Over at the party, the two comic relief deputies almost shoot another Michael lookalike, but
Got her phone number?
it's not the same thing. Also, like I said in the last episode, it's great to know they're still fucking selling this mask for false alarms like this one. The idiotic teens fuck around in the barn for an eternity until Samantha is attacked by Michael.
Oh my God!
No, I'm kidding, it's another fake out. They then start studying biology when Michael decides to take a tip from his pal Jason Voorhees and stab the guy with a pitchfork while they're fucking. That'll teach him. He also takes a lesson from Isaac and picks up a sigh. She's then off screen to death and the two deputies interrogate him. We then cut away from that as Tina enters the barn and finds the two dead friends. She then finds that, oh no, the cops are dead too. Michael then goes full Vin Diesel and chases after Tina in a car, which is way less intimidating if he was just walking, but whatever. In another elongated chase scene, Jamie runs away from Michael, who eventually just crashes the car into a tree and then decides to get out and go after her. Oh, and Tina tries to stop Michael, just to get herself stabbed. Finally. Billy and Jamie then slowly pace through the woods and get scared by Loomis. They get into an ambulance and Jamie finally agrees to help stop him.
Can you kill him?
No, but the box office can. Back at the house, Jamie is set up as bait as several geared out cops prepare for Michael's arrival. Jamie then sputters that he's at the clinic, so the entire fucking cavalry leaves, leaving Loomis alone to fight the boogeyman. Loomis locks him, Jamie, and a real nice cop inside the room when he's informed by Gary Busey that the mysterious cruiser is approaching. It's the Blues Brothers! Michael then enters the Blue Mansion that's still definitely not the Myers house, and he confronts Loomis, and Loomis almost gets him to put down his knife, but Michael just slices him up and throws him off a balcony instead. The caring cop from before just breaks the window and helps Jamie try to escape. Unfortunately, he's too nice, and Michael doesn't like nice people, and kills the poor guy. Jamie, being the badass she is, escapes and hides in the laundry chute, but she makes a lot of fucking noise, and her position is revealed. Michael then leisurely saunters over to the basement and finds her. She eventually escapes back up it, but because we need to have a climax, she enters the attic and finds a nice collection of corpses, including Rachel's. Damn it. Jamie then hops into the coffin mentioned earlier and drops this bombshell on Michael.
Uncle?
Whoa, don't be dropping the U word like that, Jamie. I mean, look, you got him all depressed. Have some shame. She wants to see his face, and he looks like Frank from Donnie Darko, but she says,
You're just like me.
which is a scary thing to think about. He then gets back to business and goes stab happy on the coffin. Oh, and Loomis offers Jamie to Michael like a crazy asshole. But before you start hating Loomis, it was actually a Scooby-Doo style trap, and Loomis uses the same bull tranquilizers Dwight used to get Stanley in the office. And just to add a little more oomph, Loomis beats him with a 2x4, and then he passes out on Michael. And in this astonishing move, Michael is arrested. Whoa, even I didn't see that coming, and I've seen the movie. And just when you think it's all over, Creighton Duke here arrives to shoot up the joint and help Michael escape. Jamie goes back inside to see all the cops dead, and Michael is nowhere in sight. And that was Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, and it was very meh. For the good, Donald Pleasence and Danielle Harris were both great, as usual. Michael's scenes, the greaser one, were all great, and his death was also pretty good. And the ending is actually set up rather well and gets you excited to see what's going to happen next. Too bad the next movie sucks, and they have to wait 6 years to find out what the next chapter of the Michael Myers legacy is. And to bounce into the bad, this movie was rushed into production, and it shows. The story is kinda dull, and they killed Rachel unjustly, and it comes off as a major fuck you to fans of Part 4. Also, the acting, aside from a few, is pretty bad, and like I said, Tina drags this movie down. Also, The Mask is one of, if not the worst of the series. I don't know who decided that this was a good choice, because it's a piece of shit. And lastly, the fact that the movie puts things in like the Thorn tattoo and the Man in Black without having a clue of what they actually wanted to do or what they meant just shows the direction the series was going. A messy, boring shit show. Also, this is the lowest grossing in the series, but still, it made money. Probably due to the fact that in a lot of foreign countries it went direct to video, which is odd. But overall, this movie is on the weaker half of the movies, but it's not the worst out there. There are a few things in it to enjoy, and Loomis and Jamie being in the movie definitely elevates it. But it's below average and not very rewatchable. I'm going to give Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, a C-. Because like I said, it's very boring in parts, but still kind of enjoyable, and worth at least one watch. Man, it really sucks that horror fans had to wait 6 years for the 6th installment, which is probably a coincidence, sure, but now I'm going to have to wait 6 more seasons before I review it. Just kidding, it's going to be the next episode. Oh boy. I'm going to need some time to mentally prepare for this one, because, man, it has problems. I'm not even going to get into all of them now, but man, it's awful. Like really, really bad. Like, a colossal fuck you to fans of horror movies. Like, it's horrible, man. It's just not good. Anyways, I'm Confused Reviews. Thanks for watching.